Athletes keep going broke because they make the worst financial decisions ever.
These Benzes that we keep talking about in these mansions and shit. These girlfriends and these Chanel bags.
They spend money like it'll never run out, even though their careers are usually only a few years.
Bought my mom and dad $1 million house.
Hold on. So you gave him $3 million and bought him the house?
And bought him the house.
Oh, you a real one.
Oh, yeah. House was $1 million.
And very few of them have financial literacy, which is how you get somebody like OBJ crying about $100 million not being enough money.
Bro, you give somebody a 5-year, $100 million contract, right? What is it really? We weren't taught about no financial literacy and all the way. We weren't talk about it all the time.
But for the ones that are smart, that do save and invest, they have wealth for generations, like Marshawn.
Well, I done put away, majority of my money from on the field with playing, and I'm really over here playing with off the field money. That was like free money.
But I'm Jew. Welcome to the channel. Please like and share the video. Don't forget to sub. Now, let's get into it.
So the average NBA player plays for 4 years, and then the following 5 years, they go broke.
Easy numbers game, bro.
Yeah.
Easy numbers game. I do it like this. You make $5 million, 2.5 of that gone. You got agent fees, probably another 50 of that gone. You got your dues. A lot of people don't know we got dues for the NBPA.
So
yeah, you got dues. So everybody put their money in the pot. So you figure you got 450 NBA players. I think the dues is 15 to 20 grand a year. Everybody put it in the pot. That's how we able to get our health care and all of that type of shit.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, you got dues. Then you got your personal staff. Right. So I'm talking about just the staff of financial advisor is probably 1%. Agent at a high number is gonna get 4%.
Right.
But you can negotiate from 1 to 4.
Okay.
So before you look up, you probably at 1.5 million off of 5 with nothing.
I don't understand why these athletes act like they're the only ones that lose money from their check. The average employee, the average person working only makes maybe 65 to 70% of their actual salary. So if you're making 100,000, maybe you come home with 70,000, because we also get stuff taken out of our check. Federal income tax, state income tax, Medicaid, Social Security, health insurance, dental vision if you pay extra for that or if it's built in. Then you have retirement, which if you're, a mature adult, you should be saving for retirement. You should be putting stuff away. I just don't understand when they get millions of dollars, that is no money to them.
These Benzes that we keep talking about in these mansions and shit. These girlfriends and these Chanel bags.
Who the told you to have multiple girlfriends and buy them Chanel bags? Who told you to drive Benzes? Juju Smith-Schuster rode a bike for a couple years in the league. Nobody is telling y'all to do this lifestyle inflation where you gotta get all the chains. Ocho Cinco said he only bought fake jewelry. He never bought.
Oh, we talk about jewelry and watches and chains. Never bought real anything when I was playing. Never. What was the point? I went to Claire's.
So all you do?
Yes. For what? What am I doing it for? The women don't deal with you anyway because of who you are.
Right.
And then the other women who really doing their homework, don't Google how much you're making already.
Right.
Why am I buying a $50,000 watch, $80,000 watch? What time is it real quick, please?
It's 20 minutes to 4.
How much that cost me?
It didn't cost you nothing.
Because time is free. So what I'm paying for.
Right.
Before you know it, you not a millionaire no more.
Right.
You a high thousandaire. On paper, you can tell a motherfucker, fuck you, I'm a millionaire.
Right.
In real life, a lot of that pie gone.
That's just lifestyle inflation. They're getting caught up in the hype. People know who you are, especially if you get playing time, especially if you're a household name. You don't have to ball out to prove who you are. People are going to rock with you no matter what.
So you was wearing a fake chain in this picture?
Yeah.
How much?
People gonna think it real anyway because it's me.
So you be wearing fake?
Hell yeah.
What's
I ain't gonna spend all that money on that jersey.
I'm just glad people are finally saying that it is a lot of money, and it's just most of it is all of these athletes are stupid. Yeah, lifestyle inflation and trying to keep up with the Joneses and impress broke people or stunt on broke people. It's funny because they think the average person doesn't get half their income taken out by taxes and insurance. $5 million isn't lottery money. The perception is the issue on these athletes. On top of it, they get these lump sums all at once. Like if you get $20 million, even if you end up with $10 million, that's still life-changing amounts of money, especially if you invest it, you put it away, you have people that you trust take care of it, and you just have to look at that as maybe you're not getting any more money than that $10 million. That $10 million has to last you the rest of your life. But it's like they don't be thinking about that at all. They get a bunch of baby mamas, want to ball out as much as they can while they're in the league, and then as soon as they're out of the league after 5, 6, 7, 8 years, I think for running backs in the NFL, it's like 3 years, maybe 3 years, 4 years, that's how long their career spans. After that amount of time, you don't have any more money coming in unless you get an analyst job. It's just not necessary to live the life lifestyles that they try to live. They act like they have to buy mansions and chains like it's in their contract. Why are all these retired athletes trying to normalize being done with money? Because they were done with money and they don't want people to look down on them now.
You hear when I signed for $50 million, right? I signed 5 years, $50 million. I get 26.6 guaranteed. My first year in the league, I make 12.6 million. I get a $12 million signing bonus. I touched them motherfuckers for $7 million, right? Off the rip. I think I signed for $50 million. Like me, everybody here is like, Joe signed $50 million. He got $50 million.
We all know those NFL contracts don't be what the NBA contracts be, because the NBA contracts are all guaranteed, just like MLB. So they can have this big number saying you signed for whatever, but that don't mean that's what you're getting in the NFL, especially if it's not guaranteed.
It goes to the point where like, now it is what it is. I'm telling you, we didn't have bread. So mom and dad, boom, $3 million. After taxes, cash. What y'all need, mom and dad? I gave mom and dad $3 million.
Ooh, he gave his mom and dad half of his income. I get take care of your parents, buy your parents a house, paid their car off. $3 million? Am I tripping? Don't make me seem like the bad kid.
That's a flex right there.
Yeah, gave my mom and dad $3 million after taxes, basically $6 million. Gave my mom and dad $3 million. Boom, y'all had that. Then bought my mom and dad $1 million house.
Hold on. So you gave him $3 million and bought him the house?
Bought him a house.
Oh, you a real one.
Oh yeah. House was $1 million.
This man gave his folks $3 million and bought them $1 million house. So he basically gave his folks $4 million, but he only got $7 million from his guaranteed money. What?
So now basically that's giving mom and dad $3 million cash, $5 million. Me and my little brothers. And obviously, little bros need whips.
They better get fucking Toyotas. If he goes out and spends $500,000 on cars for his little brothers, how about his parents that he gave $3 million go buy his brother's cars? What? You have to take care of yourself with the rest of the money. Get financial advisors, money managers, investments, buy property, do something other than just blow your money. And we ain't even got to what he spent on himself or his brothers yet.
Buy all my little bros whips. Then me, I got $50 million now, don't I? You know what I'm saying? So I caught.
No, you don't have $50 million. $12 million minus half of that because you gave your parents $3 million, minus $1 million because you gave them $4 million basically.
Me a nice penthouse. I get me a penthouse and 2 whips. Give me a Range Rover Sport and a Bentley GT off the rip. You know what I'm saying? So now, bro, looking at 12.6, there's really 7. That's now after my folks and everything. But that's like man, what you got in the bank? $1 million? $1 million. $1 million? You know what I'm saying? After like, it's 12.5. So that's 12.5 out of the 26 million that's guaranteed. So now I got another 14 million that's coming in. That's really 7. You know what I'm saying? So like
a $12 million check and you're already banking on what money you got coming in next. You're already messed up with the math. Blow all that, then immediately be looking at the next check. That is craziness.
You got one tucked after 12 million. So you think you got a goddamn 50? No. Just the easy way the math goes like that, you know what I'm saying? Like, I had to start really getting to fucking get hip, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I can see how people that aren't hip, you signed a 2 for $10 million, you think I got 10, but your ass ain't got that. So anything you're talking about equivalating to making sure your folks or anybody looking at you like, oh, you got 10 million, you can give me $1 million here, $1 million here, da-da-da. No, your ass gonna be broke. Quick.
When you try to be the savior, you lose everything. And back to being poor with the people that you save, it has to be responsible. You can't be like the lottery to everybody else. You have to definitely set yourself up financially first, secure yourself, make sure you're good before you start helping people. Because if not, you'll just end up broke with everybody else that you're trying to help. His parents did not need $4 million when he only had $7 million. And then we have the complete opposite of this because we have Marshawn Lynch. This man never spent $1 of his NFL salary. Insane. Marshawn Lynch reveals that he didn't touch any of his $56 million he made while playing in the NFL.
But what I noticed was the money that I was making from off the field, that was the money that I was using to finance my life. And then at the end of the day, it was like, oh, well, I'll go over here. I got Tuesday off. On an off day, what would you really do? Probably go take care of your body, you know what I mean, chill, you know what I mean, or whatever. But those were the days where I would go and do work with these brands and I'd go get a bag on my day off. And that started to add up. So I'm like, well, yeah, all right. I'll take my day off and go do some work over here for 3-4 hours. You know what I mean? Bring in, you feel me though, maybe a couple $100 or something. And then I can just go eat off of that. And I don't even have to, even worry or look at my game check, yeah, all right. And then what it clicked to me was like, oh, I can do this and I can use this like the dope game. And then it was just more about like stacking, and putting away. You know what I mean? When I'm looking at my account, and it's like, oh, okay, well, I done put away, majority of my money from on the field with playing. And I'm really over here playing with off the field money. And that, to me, that was just like, that was like free money.
That's amazing. Why do you need to oppress anybody if you're Marshawn Lynch, if you're Ocho Cinco, if you're anybody? The NFL should pay him and Gronk to speak at the rookie financial training program every year. Do you think any rookies will actually listen to any of this? Or once they get that big check, they're just blowing it? Then you got like Odell talking about he couldn't live off $100 million because he had to spend it on Chrome Heart looking cute for LeBron.
When you've sacrificed your whole life to get here, and you're like, yeah, I played 10 years in the league. And I always explain this to people, like, bro, you give somebody a 5-year, $100 million contract, right? What is it really? It's 5 years for 60. You're getting taxed. Do the math. That's 12 a year, that you have to spend, use, save, invest, flaunt, like whatever, however, it just be.
He's acting like getting $60 million for 5 years isn't earth-shattering, life-changing money that can take care of you and your generations. And all you have to do is sit on it, invest it. And nobody's saying you can't live life, but you're complaining about $60 million?
Being real, I'm gonna buy a car, I'm gonna give my mama a house, I'm gonna do, everything costs money. So if you spending $4 million a year, that's really $40 million over.
What are you spending $4 million a year on?
5 years, 8 a year, And now you start breaking down the numbers, it's like, that's a 5-year span of where you're getting $8 million. Can you make that last forever?
If you give the normal person with common sense, financial literacy $1 million, do you think they're not gonna stretch that for the rest of their lives, invest in property, put money away in the stock market? Oh my God.
And you always hear the people who ain't us and ain't been in the position, like, oh, well, that would last a lifetime. Yeah, this job that I've sacrificed my whole life for, they are giving me that. I didn't ask for the certain dollar amount or whatever, but we weren't taught about no financial literacy and all the way. We weren't
talk about it all the time.
There's no excuses. If you get $100 million, you can hire the best accountants, financial advisors. It's literally no excuse if you're getting that amount of money. It seems like we're always gonna see these athletes going broke just because of the mentality that they have when they do finally get that lump sum of money that they work for their whole lives. But if they were really smart, they would really take a page out of Marshawn Lynch and Gronk's playbook to live off the minimum amount possible, save and invest the rest, and be rich for the rest of their lives. But shout out to my channel members. Thank you so much for supporting and thanks for watching. Y'all let me know what you think about all this in the comments. Also, make sure you check out the next video and don't forget to follow me on Instagram for behind the scenes and life stuff. And I'll catch you next time. Peace.